imagine waking up to a call, and then you just like, hear that, somebody so close to you has been kidnapped. That is what happened to our family. And it was, just unrealistic. So without further ado, yeah, so my cousin was actually kidnapped this month on his way to school. My cousin stays with my parents, who are the sole guardians. So while he was actually walking to school, somebody offered a ride so that he can drop him to school. This is the exact place where Ian was kidnapped. Ian, silikuwa hapa? Hapa. Huko nyuma. And my cousin was like, yeah, sure, why not? So my cousin went inside the car, and apparently the kidnapper actually like changed the route. So my cousin asked him like, where are we going? You're supposed to drop me here. The kidnapper actually took out a knife and told him to keep quiet, or he'll actually like use the knife to hurt him. So my cousin obliged. My cousin was actually kidnapped along Community Road in Syokimau. So after that, he was taken to Katani Road, close to a church called KAG. For people who know Syokimau, it's just before you get to Twins. Okay, so when they got to that place, the kidnapper was all alone. He took a rope and tied my cousin. He parked the car somewhere and picked a rope and tied my cousin's neck, hands and feet all together. I think it was like something like this. Yeah, because he has very, very bad bruises on his neck, arms and ankle. Inua shingo juu. Wa kwanza hapa. So after that, the kidnapper actually like took a. Before that, the kidnapper actually asked my cousin a few questions, like how many rooms how many rooms do you live in, how many cars do you have, what kind of a job that does your parents do, because that kidnapper actually thought that we are like the actual parents. Anyway, so my kidnapper pretty much like gave the information based on like where he stays. So after some time, after like interrogating my cousin, that's when he actually like asked for a phone number, and my cousin gave him the dad's phone number, and that's when the dad called my mom. It was early morning. It was crazy. I was actually like sleeping, and then I kept on like hearing people talking. It was just loud, and I was like, this is not normal, let me wake up. Okay, waking up, and I'm like, what's happening? And my mom is like, my cousin has been kidnapped. I was like, wait. It was just like crazy. I was like, maybe this is somebody who knows us. I don't know. It was just crazy. I've never experienced that all my life. So that was the first thing. That was my first time experiencing that. Yeah. So my cousin actually like posted to a community group in Syokimau. Posted my cousin's photo and what happened. And the kidnapper actually talked to my mom, and he actually like asked my mom for 300,000 Kenya shillings. And the kidnapper was pretty much like, what, if you don't give us 300,000 Kenya shillings, we're gonna kill him. So my mom was like very polite. He just like tried to keep on engaging with him, telling him that we're looking for money, don't do anything. And as my mom was doing that, my dad and I went to Mlolongo police station, since that was the nearest police station close to Syokimau. So I went there and reported, and I thank like the officers there. They pretty much like helped us big time. They even like there's a time that they tried to track the number, but apparently that guy switched off his phone. So after like a few interrogations here and there, the police talked to like the dad. The police asked us if we know anyone who we are in conflict with or something, and pretty much like we couldn't think of any person that we had issues with. Yeah, so after, you know, it was very very scary. I actually, like, you know, went to the police station looking pretty much like a mad woman. Have you ever just, like, you know, woken up and you're like, you know what, this is an emergency, I need to wear whatever it is that I have close to me, and rush to the police station. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. I was, like, you know, looking like, you know, I don't know, some homeless person. Yeah. So after some time, well, like, you know, the police were doing the investigation and all that. That kidnapper actually, like, you know, just, like, you know, went all the way to Chumvi, that is in Machakos, and dumped my cousin in a thicket. And he told my cousin not to open his eyes, or, like, you know, he'll kill him, because he was like, you know, you are not supposed to see the number plate of this car. That's why my cousin didn't, like, you know, do anything. He just, like, you know, stayed there for the longest time. And then after, like, you know, he had, like, you know, the car movements, that's when he started actually, like, you know, just, like, you know, walking and shouting. So that is when a boda guy actually, like, you know, saw him. A boda guy is a motorcyclist. So once the motorcyclist actually, like, you know, saw him in the thicket, he was kind of, like, you know, concerned, because my cousin was pretty much, like, you know, wrapped in ropes, and, you know, he had a duct tape on his mouth. So the Barabara guy went and picked him. You know, he tried to, like, you know, untie him, you know, remove the duct tape and talked to him. That's when my cousin did the same thing, because, you know, he only knows, like, you know, the dad's number offhand. He gave the Barabara guy the dad's number, and the dad contacted my mom contacted my dad informed the police, and we had to, like, you know, go from Lolonga police station all the way to Chumvi, so that the Buddha guy can actually also write a statement. And this is something that I actually, like, you know, forgot to tell you guys. Do you know the craziest thing? That guy actually, like, you know, went to a petrol station and, you know, bought gas. The bad thing is that, you know, my cousin was helpless. He had, like, you know, a duct tape, and you know, he was tied, like, you know, in ropes, as I had actually initially said, and he was actually, like, you know, placed at the back of the car where the leg space is, and covered in a duvet. So, you know, he could not do anything. He was helpless, and, you know, he was in shock. You know, he was traumatized and everything. Crazy thing is that, you know, that kidnapper actually went with his books. I think he's gonna sell them in, you know, somewhere. And the most maybe amazing thing is, I think, like, you know, this was, like, you know, something that is very very miraculous, because at least he wasn't killed, or, like, you know, beaten up or something. And then hey, Pato, yani hata onekani hapa kivuli. Mimi. And the horrific thing that my cousin told us is that, you know, he had the dad say, if you want to kill him, go ahead and kill him, but just, like, you know, dump him where I can, you know, we can easily locate the body. My cousin told me, like, you know, that was the worst thing that, you know, he had in the whole conversation. Yeah, guys, so just, like, you know, be careful, talk to your kids. I don't know, just talk to your kids, tell them not to talk to any stranger, no matter how presentable that stranger looks like. Yeah. So guys, thanks for your time. If you're a new buyer here, please consider subscribing. And if you know, you've always been coming back to the channel, thank you so much. I really really appreciate your support. Bye bye.